Well, online sports, you already know. You already know. Join the live if you would like to chop it up. You see the title. Um, you know what I'm saying? We are talking about Wilder, man. You know what I'm saying? We are talking about Wilder. Yes, sir. Yeah, Deontay Wilder, man. Um, obviously, everyone knows, Wilder. One of the hardest hitting boxers to live. Um, very possibly the hardest hitting boxer heavyweight boxer right now. Fighting, what is his name? Willie Zhang or something like that. How do you spell his name? Uh, yes, sir. I don't know. Oh, yeah, Zili Zhang. Zili Zhang. So that's who he's fighting Saturday, June 1st. I want to know where this fight is. That's what I'm trying to find out. But a lot of pressures on Deontay Wilder, man. A lot of pressures on Deontay Wilder. Hate that he's in this position, but it's the boxing game. You got to perform, and you're only as good as your last fight. That's how people remember you. Um, so he has to show up and show out, man. He has to. He's got to, man. I mean, you know, uh, he has embraced, previously has embraced the nice guy. I'm not gonna say act because I think he is a generally nice guy. But he is, um, I'm not even gonna go into it, but basically, he has, had this nice guy, kind of energy for a while, since the Fury fights, ever since he got cheated. But now he's embracing who he really was, the wild Wilder. You know what I'm saying? That's how I knew him. You know what I'm saying? The wild Wilder. Listen, I don't want to see him box. I don't want to see him be strategic. Obviously, I don't want him to be stupid, but I want to see him be wild because you know what? Him being wild worked. Him being himself worked. It worked against Fury. You know what I'm saying? The only man that he didn't actually beat, other than, now, is Joseph Parker because he tried to box that fight. You know what I'm saying? He should have won that fight easy. He should have knocked out Parker easy, but he wasn't throwing his right hand. And when he was throwing it, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't setting it up. He wasn't setting it up properly. It was just it was a mess. I don't want to see him box. I honestly don't really like Malik Scott as his trainer, to be completely honest with you. That's just me. I know some people might agree or disagree, but I personally don't like Lee Scott as a trainer. I don't think he's really doing him any good. I'm sure in theory, yeah, but listen, Wilder is a wild card. You couldn't really before you couldn't really prepare for Wilder because he didn't have one strategy. Yeah, he was trying to set up his right hand, but it wasn't one. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a wild card. You didn't know how he was gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know. And now he gets with this trainer Malik Scott, and he becomes predictable. He becomes very one trick ponyish, which Deontay Wilder had power in both hands. He still has power in both hands. He was a wild card, man. He was a wild card. And I want him to go back to that energy. I want him to go back to, I mean, look, if you watch his highlights, bruh, of like 5 to 6 to 7 years ago, bro, this guy, bro, it was so destructive in that ring. He was so destructive in that ring. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want him to go back to that. I would really love it. Um, you know what I'm saying? Only time will tell, man. I do know that we have him Saturday, right? Saturday is when the fight's gonna happen. And I'm just really, really, really hoping that we can get the real wild side of Wilder once again. But he's gotta. This again, this fight is it's a lot of pressure on him right now. It's a lot of pressure on him because if he doesn't show up this fight, if he doesn't show up this fight, it's gonna make a it's gonna do a really big hit to his stock, man, as a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I'm a huge Wilder fan, but I don't want to see you keep losing. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna raise the question of should you still be fighting? Is it time for you to hang up the gloves? You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It raises those questions. So, I just really want to see him get a knockout. I don't want to see him box. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching the video, like the video. But I don't want to see him box. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be wild. I want him to throw that right hand. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, if you watch that last fight with Joseph Parker, bro, he wasn't throwing it often, man. There was many times. Of course, it's different when you're actually in the ring, right? But it was many times where he could have actually uh uh you know set up that right hand and land on Joseph Parker, but I don't know, he just didn't really throw it. He just didn't really throw it. Deontay Wilder said that he was too at peace in life, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't have that vicious, say feeling for a while. So, we got to see if that's gonna that's gonna come back. The viciousness of Wilder. You know what I'm saying? We need him to get this knockout, man, because this is gonna lead to a lot of great fights for him. Because he's 37, he's getting up there. But he's not moving like he's old. You know what I'm saying? Hold on here. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying, man? It's gonna open up a lot of listen, and I knew this was gonna happen. This is what they've been trying to do for years. Their plan was to wait out Wilder and basically age him out to the point where because Wilder's older than all these guys. AJ, Fury, Usyk, he's older than all these guys. You know what I'm saying? He was there first. Well, I won't say that he was there first, but he's a considerable amount, 3 to 4 to 5 years older than these dudes. So these dudes just waited and waited, um, waited until he got older. Took a couple losses. You know what I'm saying? Took some real damage with the Fury fights. You know what I'm saying? With Fury cheating and all this shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? So we really just got to see. I think he has it in him, man. I really think he still has it. I didn't really see any signs of age with the Joseph Parker fight. I just thought that it's just something that Wilder wasn't doing. You know what I'm saying? If I had to pinpoint on why he lost that fight, it was just he wasn't doing what he should have been doing. He wasn't throwing that right hand. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't setting up things with his jab. Um, he was on his bicycle way too much, way more than normal for Wilder. Um, very unusual for Wilder to be moving around that much. But again, this is the new trainings thing that Malik Scott is showing him. And again, I'm not going to say that Mark Breland should be back, but they need to focus on his strengths. They need to focus on his strengths, and it's very tough for you to learn something completely new. A new style is tough. When you're younger, okay, but when you're older and you've had 40 plus fights, it's best to stick with something that you know works. Now, the Fury situation was different. Yeah, you might have to come up with a different game plan because now you fought him, 2 to 3 times now. So, it's very tough to defeat a fighter twice. It's very tough. So, yeah, find out a different strategy, right? That's different. But when you start to get away from what has helped you win, um, your 40 plus fights by knockout, and I'm not putting any of this on Wilder. I think it's his trainer. Honestly, I think it's Malik Scott. I don't think he's training him well. I think that he needs to get with someone that's going to focus on Wilder's strength versus trying to teach him something completely new, a style that he hasn't had to use before. You know what I'm saying? So it's to me it's pretty simple to understand. Why teach someone something completely new You know what I'm saying? When they've been doing the certain thing that's been working for them. You know what I'm saying? Fury cheated him. It's not that Deontay Wilder was bad. Fury cheated him. He was hitting him upside his head with his bare knuckle, you know what I'm saying, for three for two for the first two fights. And he cheated him because he should have lost that first fight. You know what I'm saying? And he should have lost that third fight. The dude was on the ground for more than 10 seconds. But again, the kid Fury just all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Just all of a sudden always gets the benefit of the doubt. This guy always somehow gets special treatment from the judges, from the referees. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how much this guy's been saved. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that he's in cahoots with Daniel Canahan. If you don't know who that is, you should look it up. He's on the most wanted list for America, I do believe, FBI's most wanted list. So um I think I really hope that we get Wilder back, the real deal Holyfield Wilder. I really hope we get that back. I'm really hoping so. I want him to get this knockout. I want him to face AJ. I want Deontay Wilder to knock him out, and I want Wilder to get his hands on Usyk because again, if we have the old Wilder, no shenanigans going on in the ring, right? No nonsense going on. He KOs just about anyone. You know what I'm saying? Just about anyone. He's knocked down every single person that he's faced. Everyone that he's faced, he's knocked down. Except, well, shoot, except Parker, because he wasn't fighting how he should have fought. But other than that, he's knocked down or knocked out every person he's faced. So I have to go on history and say that if he does fight AJ, if he does fight Usyk, I think he knocks him out if he goes back to what he knows. Forget this boxing stuff. Forget this, you know what I'm saying, this he's not a pure boxer, and that's fine. Not saying I'm not no one is saying that he can't box cuz clearly he can. He you know what I'm saying, he defended his belt 10 times. But the certain style of boxing that he's trying to do, and again, I think that Malik Scott is trying to show him. It's not for his style. That's not. It's not. It doesn't work for him. You know what I'm saying? Again, you got a guy that, you know, performed that had 10 tile defenses, knocked out 40 plus people. Whatever he was doing before, it was working. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we gotta call it like it is. It was working what he was doing. He was knocking out kids, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he had some tough fights, but that's a part of being a boxer. You gotta come through it, go through adversity, weather the storm. And Deontay Wilder was doing that. You know what I'm saying? He was doing that. It's only till he got to Fury and got cheated. Again, when you take a loss like that and you get cheated like that, it makes you question things, right? And especially when you probably don't even know that you got cheated in the in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Other people got to show you certain things, and you got to start putting things together. Just like Devin Haney. Yeah, Devin Haney did take a wrong route on how he decided to fight that fight, but without the PDs, without the weight advantage, Devin Haney could have actually won the fight, even though he chose to fight that fight completely wrong. Right? Say he just got that. Say he got caught with those shots and it never knocked him down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he got hurt, this and that. But without those knockdowns, Devin Haney wins the fight. It's not even close, actually. It's not a close fight. If he doesn't get knocked down those rounds, even if he lost those rounds, right? He would have only gotten a 10-9 round. So he was up. He won rounds 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Round 7 is he lost round 1 because he got hurt, right? Because he took one of those PD punches in it. Man, go, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you to go watch the fight again, but you could tell, bro, something was wrong, bro. This guy first punch hit Devin, and he was stunned, bro. He was stunned. There was a PD punch, and people gonna tell you, oh, it didn't matter, bruh. They fought 6 times in the amateurs. Devin Haney has been rocked before. He's been hurt before. You're telling me that he's gonna get in there with Ryan Garcia that he's already fought before, and gonna be completely surprised by the power? Bro, the guy was juicing, bro. He cheated. It's a simple thing to understand. The guy cheated, bro. You know what I'm saying? He planned on he knew the only way to defeat Devin Haney was to knock him out. So he decided to come in heavy, take PEDs because he did not want to get humiliated and get uh outboxed for 12 rounds. That's what his plan was. He said, I'm not gonna outbox this kid. Only way I can win is knock him out. Get him out of his character and knock him out. And this is what and you know, the only part that didn't succeed was that he wasn't able to knock Devin Haney out. Devin Haney withstood all those PED punches. You know, we will see in this next fight whether they did the damage because sometimes, bro, it's better to get knocked out because you don't endure the same punishment. You know what I'm saying? You end it quick. And so Devin Haney, he got knocked down, but he stood right back up like a champion, like a warrior, bro. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Undertaker shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it was magnificent, bro. And but again, we don't know how he's going to recover from this. I think he'll be fine. If I had to guess, bro, I think he's been rocked before, and again, but this is PD punches now we're talking about. This is not a regular punch. This is PD punches. This is that enhanced stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is different. This is a different ball game now. This is enhanced PED punches. You know what I'm saying? It's not something, man. Like, look, that stuff, your brain's not supposed to be hit in the first place, right? So, but now you having someone that comes in overweight, is taking important PEDs, right? Those punches are gonna thump. Again, if you're watching the video, like the video and subscribe if you're not subscribed. But it's anyways. Styles make fights, and I think if Wilder comes out and tries to box Zhang. I mean, Zhang is not the most skilled fighter, technically sound. He's a very hard puncher. So it's gonna favor Deontay Wilder to knock him out early. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna favor Deontay Wilder to knock him out early. The longer the fight goes, it's going to favor Zhang because he's gonna. I mean, both guys are gonna have chances to knock each other out, right? But it's gonna favor Zhang because you know well, it's not really going to favor either of them. You know what I'm saying? Because both of them could get gassed. I do think that Wilder has a better gas tank. He's been the distance multiple times, right? So I do think he has the gas tank to do it. But again, we need Wilder to spark him out within 5 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it safe and sound, we need Wilder to spark him out within 5 rounds, and everything will be gravy. You know what I'm saying? Everything should be gravy. But we gotta see. We gotta see because I was expecting him to spark out Joseph Parker, and this guy, and Wilder comes out and tries to, he tries to fight a style that's not him. You know, it's very he's very mobile. He was too mobile. He was too much on his feet. You know what I'm saying? And usually you get the Wilders come. He gonna hunt you. He gonna hunt you, bro. So this is the Wilder we need to see. We need to see that hunter again. That's what we were missing the Joseph Parker fight. He was being hunted that fight. You know what I'm saying? He was being hunted that fight. And so we just need to get back to this Wilder where he's hunting people. You know what I'm saying? He's looking for that right hand and he lands it. And this is what we need to see. So I really think we'll get it. Um, only time will tell. Anyone in the chat, who you got, Frank or Tank? Let me know and why. If you're watching in the chat, let me know, Frank or Tank. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Let me know. And like the video again if you're watching. Like the video. Let me know, Frank or Tank, guys. Who y'all got and why? Me personally, I'm rooting for Frank. But smart money's gonna be on Tank, of course. Just due to the experience, just due to Frank is a The thing about Frank and that whole camp is they fight like Derek James. If you haven't seen Derek James fight when he was a professional, go watch his old highlights. He fights like Errol Spence. Errol Spence is a better version of him, obviously, but they all fight like him. And he's a come forward fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's a be in your face fighter. What I'm saying, he's a break him down fighter. And against a pure boxer with power, it's going to be pretty tough for you to offset that. It's going to be pretty tough. So I think Frank is definitely fighting, he's fighting an uphill battle. Um, but I mean, it's doable for sure. Tank has never fought anyone with, what I'm saying, he's never fought anyone on paper. This even I don't even say that because Frank isn't some elite dude. He's not elite. He hasn't done anything to be elite, but he hasn't faced um somewhat as a more as a fighter as versatile as Frank. Let's put it that way. Frank is probably his most versatile fighter fight to date. You know, so we just gotta see. Definitely looking forward to seeing that fight. Um, and then we got the Dustin Poirier fight versus Islam Makhachev. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be a good fight. Uh, man, I think Makachev is gonna beat him though, bro. Makachev is good, man. He's good. Like he's serious, man. And the way that Dustin had a little bit of trouble with that. I think the guy was from France or something like that, or maybe Quebec. I think he was a French guy, but the last fight that he fought, he didn't. I mean, he knocked the guy out, right? But that guy had a lot of success and made Dustin look very uncomfortable in a lot of spots. So I don't know. I don't know. I hope he gets it. I think he definitely. I think I really want to see him as champion. Finally, he's had at least what 2 or 3 tile shots. I want to see him get the belt. You know, he deserves it. But he's going against a fighter that is serious, man. Like Islam is a serious guy. We yeah, he's not my favorite fighter, but we can't deny the skill. Islam is a serious fighter. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I don't know. I don't know, but we've got a lot of good fights though this weekend for sure. Got a lot of good matchups. I, for one, am very excited to see again. Rooting for Wilder, man. I just want him to get this W. I want him to look good. I want him to look fresh. Say because again, the you know his age hasn't really been showing when you think about it. His age, it's if anything, it's his punch resistance. That's really the one main thing that I've noticed over these last couple of years that have gone. Only thing like his mobility is still there. He's still fast. He's still lightning fast. You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't lost any of that stuff, especially when he's at his good weight. Um, but it's his punch resistance, if anything. And Zhang can hit. He's a heavy hitter, bro. So I don't want him to get caught with anything crazy. I want him to neutralize the target as soon as possible. I don't want this to go more than 5 rounds. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see any demonstration of Zhang's power. I just want Deontay Wilder to get him out of there as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? Then we can get this AJ fight. You know what I'm saying? I know that they want him to fight Big Baby. What's his name? Jared Miller in a month after that. I don't know if that's going to work. I think Deontay Wilder would probably need some more time, depending on how gruesome this fight's going to be. But we just got to see, man. But you know, we just got to get Wilder being Wilder again. If we get that, we're okay. You know what I'm saying? If we get that, we're good. Wilder will be fine, and what I'm saying. I think we'll be able to uh, a lot of fights will continue to arise if he's able to get through Zhang. If we get a Wilder that's trying to box and use his feet a lot and be around the ring, it's not gonna be good. It's not going to be good. I'm saying that right now. If we get anything remotely close to how he fought Joseph Parker, it's not going to be good. Not going to be good because that's not his forte. That's not how he's fought before. You know what I'm saying? And there's no need to try to teach. You make improvements, but you don't try to teach someone a completely new style, especially at this point in time in someone's career. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to get in the ring and they're not going to know, how to handle certain situations because they're not used to it. You know what I'm saying? When I used to box, my coach would, he would try to get me to brawl. You know what I'm saying? And he would, and basically, it got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm not a brawler. I'm not a brawler. But what I did was I took what he was trying to teach me and added it to my arsenal. So I would add certain spots where I would, where I would trade. But for the most part, I was on my bicycle. I was using my jab. I was using my distance. You know what I'm saying? And I was, being a slick boxer. You know what I'm saying? I was boxing from the back foot, depending on who I was fighting, sometimes on the front foot. You know what I'm saying? But then certain spots I would brawl, I would trade, you know what I'm saying? Bang to the butt, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain spots you take and you know what I'm saying, but you don't I never tried to completely immerse myself in the brawler mind state because I'm not a brawler. I know my strengths. You know what I'm saying? I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? And I do not want to stand in front of someone and just bang away because I know for a fact that I'll be more effective and I'll be in a better position to do what I want to do if I am boxing. You know what I'm saying? While on the other hand, he's more effective when he is being unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? When he's really setting up his right hand and he's able to land it with maximum velocity and acceleration. You know what I'm saying? That's when he's at his best. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you think too much, I don't know how Wilder's minds work, but I know when I was fighting, when I thought too much, I would essentially, bro, I would do worse. I had to clear my mind essentially and just work off instinct. And if you watch Wilder's older fights, it's all instinct. It's all instinct with the crazy right hand. That's all he was doing. He was feeling the fighter out. You know what I'm saying? Um he felt when to throw that right hand. You know what I'm saying? To us, it's like, oh, he's setting it up. But no, well, again, I don't know how he is working in his head, but from what I'm looking at, because I fight off instinct as well, from what I see, it looks like it's just fighting off instinct. It's fighting off just pure feeling. You know what I'm saying? Just pure, again, just all instinct. Like, yo, this is the right time to throw that punch. You know what I'm saying? Offset people with different tempos and things of that sort. That's what I saw. So if we get Wilder like that, we should be Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Um, but again, if you were watching the video, like and subscribe. You feel me? Um, let me know what you guys think. Again, who do you guys have this weekend? And let me know if you think Wilder is going to return like we are used to him. I'm gonna let y'all go. All night sports. Peace.